Welcome to the Insight Lab. I'm Ethan. And I'm Lila. Here, we dive into meaningful conversations about growth, mindset, and intentional living. Together, we explore ideas that spark change and uncover practical insights to help you thrive. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's start this journey of discovery together. Hey there, welcome back to our podcast, everyone. Today, we are diving into a fascinating psychological phenomenon. It's called the tied elephant syndrome. Heard of it, co-host? Oh, that one? Absolutely. It's such a compelling concept. I remember reading about how adult elephants are tied with chains that they could easily break, yet they don't. Right? And the reason behind it is downright philosophical. These elephants, when they're young, are tied up and try to break free but fail. So eventually, they stop trying even when they're fully capable as adults. It's like they form this mental belief that those chains are unbreakable, even though, physically, they aren't anymore. It's a perfect metaphor for how limiting beliefs can chain us down. Exactly. It's that early conditioning that leaves a lifelong impact, not just for elephants but for us humans too. We often allow past experiences to set the limits of what we believe we can achieve. I think we all have those moments, right? Like poetically, a dear friend of mine once shared a story about feeling inadequate due to early family dynamics. It's the very thing that tied her confidence down. And that's what we're getting into today. How these beliefs form and, more importantly, how we can break free from them. So, what personal stories or examples stick with you on this topic? A friend once shared her struggle in a high-pressure corporate job. She was doing great, but internal feelings of inadequacy held her back from promotions. Isn't it wild how the mind works? Absolutely wild. It's like having a mental chain. Studies have shown people often stop themselves from trying because of these limiting beliefs. They feel they're not deserving or capable. I mean, think about it. How many times have we heard stories of people who discovered their potential by shifting their mindset? There's even this powerful quote, "The only thing standing in your way is you." Preach! A very real perspective. It's not just about feeling held back but also about recognizing and reshaping these thoughts. It's hard work, like retraining your brain to see opportunities where there seem to be none. Yeah, and speaking of retraining, one person said they prepped for job interviews by intensely reviewing past failures and learning from them. Instead of chains, they built ladders of knowledge, and guess what? What happened? After this self-imposed training, they landed offers beyond their initial expectations. It's all about the shift from limiting to liberating beliefs. That's an epic success story. And it reminds us of this idea where failure isn't really failure, it's just another learning step. Exactly. It's like adding color to our life experiences instead of leaving them in black and white. What about you? Any personal encounters with breaking through your own limitations? Oh, definitely. I used to be terrified of public speaking. But then I realized that it was just an ingrained fear and that tackling it head-on was the only way through. Yes. Challenging the status quo. I read this somewhere. You might be amazed by how strong you actually are when there's no perceived limit. Rightly said. And it brings us to what we can do. Employ techniques like positive self-dialogue, flipping the narrative from I can to I can. Also, leveraging a support circle helps massively. Sharing my goals with friends has often boosted my confidence to take steps forward. So true. It's all about surrounding yourself with positive vibes and embarking on a personal journey to find and unleash hidden potential. Yes, and knowing that breaking away from a belief doesn't happen overnight. It's about persistence and celebrating small victories along the way. Definitely. As we bring today's topic to a close, let's remind our listeners, it's time to challenge those internal chains and dare to step into the vast potentials awaiting us all. Absolutely. So, Dear listeners, dare to challenge those perceptions, embrace failures positively, and believe in the magic beyond those chains. So next time you're doubting yourself, remember the story of the tied elephant. If they can break free, you absolutely can too. Until next time, keep pushing those boundaries. Catch you all later. Keep thriving and breaking through those perceived limits.